Hello friends, in this video tutorial, let us see the concept of functions in TSQL. So for this, we have gone to SSMS. Now, let us understand the types of functions in TSQL. The first type is scalar value returning functions. This kind of functions return a single value. Okay. The second type of functions are table value returning functions. That is, they return an array or a collection of values, okay, mostly in a tabular format. So now let us understand the two subtypes of these table returning functions. The first subtype is inline table value returning functions, in which there is only one select statement in the whole function. Okay, so the whole definition part of the function has only one select statement, whereas multi-line table value returning functions are the functions which return table but they have multiple lines apart from the select statement which forms the data that is written by the function. Okay, so now let us see example of each of these type of functions. So let us start with the first one, that is scalar value returning function. So this kind of function will return a single value. So let us create this function. Okay, so the function is created. Now the function is the syntax is create function name, and then into bracket we pass the parameters along with the data types of the parameters, right? So over here we are passing three integer type parameters because we want the summation of this three integer variables, okay, as the return value. So returns int as begin end, and in between the begin end we'll write our statement. So we'll declare a sum variable which is of type integer. We'll set the sum to be summation of the three variables and then return the sum variable. Okay, so now let us execute this function. Okay, so we are passing 100, 200 and 300 and it returns us 600 as the summation value. We can just alias that value which is getting returned by this particular function. Okay, so 600 is returned as computed sum. So now let us go and see the second type of functions, that is table value returning functions. And in the second type, the first subtype is inline table value returning function. So as we have discussed earlier, the inline table value returning function has got only one select statement, okay, as part of the whole definition. So the syntax is create function name. We can have a parameter also, okay, or multiple parameters, whatever is the requirement. Returns table, this is very important, it always has returns table as return and the single select statement which returns the tabular data. Okay, so let us compile this particular function. So now it is compiled. So now let us execute this function. See, the advantage of having such table value returning functions is we can return some output of query with the help of such kind of function, and we can join that output with any other table or view, okay, in as part of any other query. So let us see how to join the output of this particular function in a query. So in this particular query we are executing this function, passing the value as m, and whatever output is obtained by this particular function is cross applied to customer underscore data. Okay, so it is joined with the with the other table. So we can see the output of the function has been joined, that is cross applied with the other kind of table within our TestDB database. Okay, so now let us use the output of this particular function passing the value as h, okay, in a inner join. Okay, so last time we had used cross apply, now we will use inner join, and inner join on first tables, that is first outputs in English product name equal to second table's English product name. Okay, so now let us execute this query. So we can see that we are able to join the output from the function with another table. Okay, now let us go and see the third type of function, that is multi-line table value returning function. So this kind of function will also return a table, but it can have multiple lines of code other apart from the single select statement. So the syntax is create function, function name, then the parameters, okay, returns. In this case we'll call at the rate table variable which is of type table, and we'll define the columns that we require in the table as begin end, and inside the begin end we'll put our logic. So in this case we'll declare counter as the integer variable, which is nothing but having the value of the start. Then till the counter is less than or equal to end, what we want to do, we want to generate a sequence value. Okay, so insert into at the rate tab variable. Now as this particular variable is of type table, we can use it inside the insert statement. Okay, so we will insert into at the rate tab variable, and what is the value that we will get? Sequence value. Okay, that is the column name. Sequence value is the column name that we have defined over here. Okay, values, and then we will use this prefix which is of type varchar plus the current value of the counter, okay, converted into varchar. So and then we will increment the counter. Okay, so in this way we will generate sequence values with this particular prefix between the range of start and end. Okay, so let us compile this particular function. The function is compiled. Now let us generate the sequence from 100 to 10,000 and with the prefix of SQL. Okay, let us select execute. So now we can see that we are able to execute this function in which we are generating the sequence of from 100 to 10,000 with the prefix as SQL, and this has been done using a table returning function, right? Multi-line table value returning function, okay, in which we are returning a at the rate table variable which is of type table, and its column is defined along with the definition of the variable, and we are inserting data inside in this variable, and then at the end we are writing this insert keyword to return this particular variable. Okay, so I hope friends all these three types of functions are clear to you with the help of this video tutorial, and I hope friends this video tutorial is useful to you. Thank you.